I think that we cannot but admit that we are in critical times. We are surrounded by Burkina Faso, Togo, and Cote d'Ivoire. And on top of that, we have Mali, Niger, and all those Sahel countries. And they're all going through some difficult times in terms of these fundamentalist and terrorist activities. As a country, I think that over the years, it would be inappropriate to suggest that we as a country have not been taking steps towards mitigating whatever risks there may be in terms of these terrorist activities. I know that our security agencies on day-to-day are going through various forms of trainings. I know national security has been taking a lot of steps towards dealing with these issues. The fact is that we cannot and never prepare enough. These are unfolding situations, and this is an unfolding situation. The dynamics change every day, and therefore we have to keep preparing, we have to keep updating ourselves. And I believe, as Dr. Bona said, what's also critical is the public education. And I think that is where we need to do more and more of, particularly educating the most at-risk communities and the communities that are quite vulnerable, particularly at the border towns, in the north, in the western corridor, in the eastern corridor, and all of those. But if you look at a development like what is happening in Boku, in the Upper East region, sometimes it gives me worry that if an internal conflict that is a bit conventional, and conventional in that so far we haven't had a situation where somebody is deploying a bomb and committing suicide bombing and all of that. So these are people who are acting and would want to be secure whilst they inflict casualties on the other side. And yet for almost 5 months now, we have been battling. You know, we impose curfews, we impose restrictions like no motorbikes, no wearing of smokes, and so on. And yet, despite the curfew, despite no riding of motorbikes, despite no wearing of smokes and all of that, once in a while we hear, oh, there is sporadic gunshots, 2 people have been killed, 1 person has been killed, and so on. Then how do we then deal with a situation of terrorism or terrorist act if we were to ever, unfortunately, get into such a situation? And I think some of these developments in places like Boku are things that have to be nipped in the bud as quickly as possible. First of all, to show how prepared we are to deal with acts of instability, but also to send a strong message to fundamentalist groups or terrorist groups who may be lurking in the border towns around Upper East and the Boku area, that, well, Ghana is ready and prepared.